Hello, everybody. So today I will be talking about the people who complain about globalization and how they are just a bunch of ignorant people who don't know what they are talking about. So let's see. We have to see what we get from globalism. So the people who use the product of globalism. Okay, we'll cover that topic first. So people who are making videos about how globalism is bad are basically using the products of globalism. They're using a computer, which is a product of globalism, which is a very complex machine with so many parts in it, like power supplies, transistors, central processing units, different types of chips. There's capacitors in it, which is imported from other countries. There's a printed motherboard or printed PCBs, you know, and there's all kinds of other stuff in it, like hard drives. Some may have SSDs in it, which are made in other countries as well. And they're using smartphones, which is a smaller computer, which is a RISC-based computer, and that is also a very complicated machines with many different parts in it, with like a Wi-Fi, which is added into it. That's a part. That's a product of globalism. The RAM in it is also a product of globalism, and and the everything that is required to make that smartphone is a product of globalism. And yet they're using such products and complaining about globalization and how globalization is bad, and people are making a living out of the products of globalism, which globalism made very affordable. So people are doing app-based gigs like ride-sharing services like Uber, Lyft, and other ride-sharing services which require you to have a smartphone, right? And in the data centers, they have servers, which are specialized computers that are also products of globalism, and all the networking equipment, and that is also a product of globalization. And they're doing other app-based service gigs like TaskRabbit, Freelancer, YouTube, Thumbtack, and many other services like they're doing Upwork, Roadie, and there's Airbnb. That's an app-based service, right? And they're doing that, and they're complaining about globalism. Fiverr, you got that, and got all these other services which require you to have a computer network, which require you to have smartphones. Both sides have to have it. The person who is providing the service has to have a smartphone, and the person who wants the service must also have a smartphone to use these services. And yes, people are making a living out of it. And what are the products of globalism? We have food. That is, a lot of our food is imported if you live in the West. Like I live in the United States, and yes, a lot of our food is imported from like Mexico and South America and other countries. You get produce from different countries. Like you could get bananas from like Honduras and other parts of the world, Costa Rica, etc. And that is the reason why the price of food is so affordable, and we're not paying such high prices for food, because food could be imported from other parts of the world. And consumer goods like shoes, clothes, and stuff like that, that is also a product of globalism, and people are wearing the products of globalism, which these things could be bought very cheaply because of globalism. And electronics like computers, smartphones, the various types of computer equipment like routers and stuff like that, and switches and other stuff, capacitors, sensors for more complicated machines like, I guess, predator drones. They use sensors, and they need stuff like rare earth minerals to make such things, right? And microcontrollers, which are used in factories, which make um, things more efficient, right? Using machinery with microcontrollers controlled through a computer system with software is the reason why we have automated factories, right? And plants and transistors, and we have washing machines which we wash our clothes with, and those are the products of globalism. Air conditioners, they may be assembled here, but I assure you a lot of the parts are imported from overseas, and that's why they could bring the cost down for these things. Drones, people use drones to make a living. Some people have commercial drone licenses to make a living, right? They take pictures with their drones. They have a license. Um, they need a license for that, and yeah, people make a living out of YouTube. They make videos and stuff, and other people need computers to make websites have and stuff like that, right? They do e-commerce with computers, which we need in this modern day, right? Because a lot more people are like shopping online, and they're using the internet to shop. And vehicles and stuff like that, like automobiles, boats, ships, aircraft. Aircraft can be jet aircraft. They could be prop-driven aircraft, turboprop, or they could be a helicopter, rotor, um, fixed-wing aircraft, like jets or helicopters and stuff like that. And they could be jet skis, motorcycles, etc. And these more complex machines need parts that are imported from overseas. They may need stuff like screws and stuff, different screws, fittings and stuff like that, which are also imported from overseas. And natural resources, like we import stuff like rare earth minerals from other countries. We import stuff like copper, tin, rubber. Of course, they make synthetic rubber, but we do also import natural rubber from other countries, like countries like in Southeast Asia, like Malaysia. We import stuff like tin and rubber from them, and various other materials that you will need to finish manufacturing here, like to produce more complicated machines like cars and trucks and aircraft and stuff like that, right? So various parts used to finish manufacturing of larger machines, which I mentioned, like you will need stuff like transistors, you need various sensors, you need capacitors, you need these little parts to finish larger machines, you know. And we do import stuff like oil, right? A lot of that is imported from other countries, and that is also a product of globalism. And people forget about that, so we need oil to produce all types of stuff like plastic, synthetic fibers, and various other essential things. So people who complain about globalism are in fact using the products of globalism to make a living, and they wear it and they drive it and they fly in it, you know, yet they are complaining how bad it is and everything. They want to go back in time and work in a factory when these factory jobs don't even exist anymore due to computers and stuff like that. Programmable computers, which made a lot of these jobs obsolete. So people who complain about globalism should be aware that they are just ignorant. Okay, anyways, thanks for watching by Ace 1000 KS 1975 signing out.